This is better to be the best piece of music I've ever written, I swear to God. This is a really good start. It is wacky. I don't think we need to talk about that. I think that's clearly a masterpiece. Hi, my name's Liam Taylor, LTGuitarist on most of the platforms. I'm a musician, composer, music educator. If it's music related, I'm probably into it. It's pretty hard to be a musician right now. I mean, it's always been kind of hard, and it's almost not worth making music. Almost. It's not like I can just stop making stuff, and believe me, I've tried that. Ooh. Thankfully, there's Ko-fi. You probably know about all the ways that you can support independent creators like Patreon, OnlyFans, stapling a $5 to pigeons. Platforms like Patreon are amazing if you want to offer something exclusive to your fans every single month, but I don't want people's access to the music I make and the tutorials I make to be limited by their income. I want my stuff to be available for free, but my accountant tells me that that's a really bad business model. And that's why I made this Ko-fi account. If you're lucky enough to have a bit of spare cash floating around and you've enjoyed or made use of anything I've made over the years, you can buy me a coffee, or you can contribute towards new computer hardware, guitar strings, you know, all those things that are necessary to music creation but that aren't free. If you make music professionally or as a hobbyist, I hope you take a moment to check out my YouTube channel or my Twitter account, and if you like what you see there and have the means to do so, I hope you'll consider supporting me on Ko-fi. See you later. Hi, my name's Liam Taylor, LTGuitarist on most of the platforms. I'm a musician, composer, music educator. If it's music related, I'm probably into it. It's pretty hard to be a musician right now. I mean, it's always been kind of hard, and it's almost not worth making music. Almost. It's not like I can just stop making stuff, and believe me, I've tried that. Ooh. Thankfully, there's Ko-fi. You probably know about all the ways that you can support independent creators like Patreon, OnlyFans, stapling a fiver to pigeons. Platforms like Patreon are amazing if you want to offer something exclusive to your fans every single month, but I don't want people's access to the music I make and the tutorials I make to be limited by their income. I want my stuff to be available for free, but my accountant tells me that that's a really bad business model. And that's why I made this Ko-fi account. If you're lucky enough to have a bit of spare cash floating around and you've enjoyed or made use of anything I've made over the years, you can buy me a coffee, or you can contribute towards new computer hardware, guitar strings, you know, all those things that are necessary to music creation but that aren't free. If you make music professionally or as a hobbyist, I hope you take a moment to check out my YouTube channel or my Twitter account, and if you like what you see there and have the means to do so, I hope you'll consider supporting me on Ko-fi. See you later.
Hello, how's it going? Thank you to Fairman45 on Twitch who's subscribed. Followed rather, recently. Hello. Yeah, I gave myself a little bit of time off because it was too hot. I literally couldn't even for about a week solid. So it feels nice to be back. It feels nice to be back and to have a project to work on, which I will talk about in a second. Do I need to talk about being off? No. I am just gonna take time off if I feel I need time off. Unless something happens, that means I am more obliged to stick to a consistent streaming schedule. You know, I've been pretty consistent anyway. I've also just realised that that is actually quite a lot of noise coming from outside. So 1 second. That was not the button. This is better to be the best piece of music I've ever written, I swear to God. This is a really good start. It is wacky. Sorry about that. My neighbours had been silent for days, so I thought it was pretty safe to have the window open, but no, I was a fool to be helpful. I am alluding to something that might come up soon where I can dedicate more time to live streaming and more resources and more emotional resources, intellectual resources towards live streaming. At the moment, I love doing it, but it's a cool bonus thing to do. But that might change. Watch this space. That's probably about all I can safely say at this point. Shouldn't be talking. I should just get on with the work. Today I am working on a handful, maybe one, we'll see what we get done. A handful of kind of background cinematic-y, spooky type pieces for a show I've been asked to work on. What is it I said on the description that's a little bit interesting? Working on some bespoke ambient cinematic music with textural and thematic influence. So what I mean by that is the audio has to kind of relate to the specific locations that are being discussed or that this work is takes place in. So for example, the one here is about Loch Ness. So obviously you think Loch Ness, you think Scotland, you think bagpipes. So I was trying to not overtly use bagpipes, but it kind of feels a little bit bagpipey. Let me just play you what I've got for the moment for this one, and we'll reconvene. quite like it. I just think I worry if the bagpipe is too obviously a bagpipe. And I know that there are bigger problems going on in the world, but that's my current concern. So I just want to look at the different sounds I've used on that and see what we can perhaps do. So this is the original sample. It is just a bagpipe. And then I've layered on top a bit of octave. I think that's similar to the EQ. And then a lot of ambient effects. So there's a little bit of octave coming in. We've EQ'd it to get rid of that kind of rattly, harsh aspect, which makes it sound less obviously like a bagpipe, because I think that this bit, let me invert that. That's the sound that when you hear a bagpipe, you think, bagpipes. So I've kind of muted that on purpose. We've got a little bit of reverb, a little bit of tremolo. But it still feels, I don't know, it feels too constant. So I'm going to try something. I quite like the drums, I quite like the rest of it. I wonder if we can... I don't know if I want it to change. I don't know if I want one of these different notes. I might just want like a consistent drone that's a single tone throughout. I'm not 100% sure, so we're just gonna cut all of these. Perfect. And we're gonna make them quite a lot smaller. Yeah, like that. And this one also, maybe a bit longer. Let's just see how this sounds. So you should just have like a hit. Okay, let's maybe make that, shorter with less of a tail. This might be it. Okay, so I think it sounds like you're getting a little bit of the previous note. So I am just going to, sorry, have I gone quiet? 1, 2, 1, 2, a little bit quiet. It's hard to keep up with what I'm doing. This lump here looks like the previous pitch, so I'm going to do this and then move it over a little. How does this sound? What about in the context of the whole piece? Sparse. Perhaps a little bit too sparse. Let's try perhaps just a lot more reverb. I'll use an extra plugin actually. Let's go. I know how to use this one best really. So we want almost entirely mix and then quite a few seconds. No, I want longer than that. Will this let me go longer? Meantime, is that it? Ooh, maybe that's what we want. About 50% level. I quite like that. Maybe we have more of a fade in as well. just a little bit. I'm going to grab some of these, and I'm going to... Oops. Just add a bit of variety. I'm going to change them so they start slightly earlier. And slightly longer. Just so it's not exactly the same every single time. This one's shorter for no reason. Okay, now that we've added the reverb, let's have a listen to the whole thing. Drinking noises. That's kind of cool because it doesn't really sound like a bagpipe. I like that a lot. Let's add a room sound. Or a space sound, really. Because we should send that to space. That we can have a lot less space because we've already got other things in the space. This, let's go for maybe -8. The same with this. Water. Maybe that should be -6. And then what are these? That one we're not using. These kind of horror sounds yet. They're already kind of spacious, so we'll go -12 again and -12 again. And then this space we're going to have... I'm going to mute the bagpipe so we have everything else that's going here. Let's have a look through the presets. Maybe like a cave, a dark cave. Yeah, that's nice. Just going to bring that down a bit. Maybe that needs to come down. Okay, I'm happy with that than I was with what I had before. That kind of makes sense. I'm going to use, before the maximizer, an EQ plugin just to view the audio. So I'm conscious that the kind of watery, drippy sound effects, which I really like, I think that's patch up, isn't it? They're happening like exactly the same point that these bagpipes hits are happening, so I'm actually going to move them across. What's that, half a bar? Oh. Now move them across a bar. Yeah. Just so not the sounds aren't all happening at the same time, because otherwise you've got the drum, the drone, and the effect all happening at exactly the same point. I may need to increase the attack as well. Let's try that. Let's try it with the pipe. That's nice. That's cool. I might bring in a bit of volume automation there, because that was a bit sudden. So I'm going to fade in a little bit and then fade down a tiny bit. And then here again, it was a bit too present, I think. Let's start from here. I want that to kind of come in a bit more. Cool. Okay, I'm going to call that one done, I think. Let's just listen to it once more, just to be sure. And then we've got to work out the structure, I guess. By which I mean, do we want to send it as this, or do we want to send it in bits? Not sure. So I'm gonna not listen all the way through, because I feel that actually it's too samey. And yes, it is underscore for dialogue, but I think some of these drums we maybe want to get rid of. So I'm thinking we're going to start with the first couple like that. So it's literally this on the hits. Or maybe the... We'll get rid of that middle one, maybe? I don't know. Yeah. Nah, screw it. I think we got a all or nothing. Well, sort of. Yeah, let's try that. And maybe towards the end we build up that the djembe a little bit. Let's just try this. Are these triplets? No, they're not. Okay. Just sounds like it should be triplets. I'm going to copy that rhythm here. Oops. Yeah. I'm going to leave there because I'm starting to feel my CPU struggle a little bit. Cool. Cool. And a very sort of cliche horror ending there. I'm actually going to fade out the drums a little bit because there's not much else going on. It feels like they dominate a tiny bit, so we're just going to fade out a few decibels. And maybe we'll fade in a tiny bit as well. Yeah, really tiny details. Yeah, that's a bit better. Okay, that sounds like it stops a bit suddenly. Or maybe that's just me. Let's send that to the space a little bit more so we can go, can automate it, send 1, which is the space, level. So then maybe here we start to increase that just to get a bit more reverb out. Cool. So then we can fade out that send about here as well. Awesome. Same. How does it start? So then I can see that this is exported to 99 beats PM just for the sake of any sync. Maybe we need to keep these going a bit longer, especially at the start, the kind of wet sound effects. I'm just going to increase these a bit either side, because they're not they're kind of arrhythmic. They don't matter. It doesn't matter whether or not they fit to a specific audio. And as the drums get busier, we don't need them so much towards the end. Maybe that'll fill a bit more space without taking attention. Yeah, I like that. Cool. I'm going to export that. Export to where are we sending this? Project files. Exports. Yeah, we'll put it there. In there, please. Save. So we'll call this. I need to just reference what I called them in the other thing I exported. Oh, that's quite generic. So I've got title, key, duration. So title can just be Loch Ness. Duration, we start at 14 seconds in and we end at, oh, close enough to 2 minutes. So let's go export Loch Ness, 2 min, and we also need the key. Is it E? A. Very close. Key of A. Let's go A minor, just so it's obvious. Yep, that's what I want. And we'll maybe do a longer one as well. Just so they have options. I don't know. I'm not sure if longer or shorter is the way to go, to be honest. I'll maybe just do like a bed of sounds as well, so it's easy to kind of edit in and out. You can just fade from the actual music to something way more ambient. Not that this isn't pretty ambient. It's just helpful to have something also, because it has got a structure to it, because it's got that tempo, it's got the drums. There's a lot of processing going on there. Okay, so let's create a bed out of these same elements. So we're not going to use any of the drums. We've got the wet sounds. Actually, let's lock that in place. The whatever you call that. Oh yeah, the volume. So we're just going to have a maybe we don't want those too long. Oh, the deeper one's really cool, isn't it? Or maybe swap between that octave and that octave mostly. That's quite cool. So if we start it at 4 minutes 30, basically there, and then go to 4 minutes 30. Let's do another 2 minutes. So 5 minutes, 6 minutes 30 is about there. That's pretty good. I'm going to go to the middle. I'm going to bring some of these down. I'm going to move these around. I'm going to put that there. Just going to get rid of that one. Going to get rid of this one as well. Make that one longer. Just mix it up a bit. Amazing. Okay, so that's kind of watery sounds. Let's adjust the volume automation as well, so it kind of comes in and out a bit, I guess. Pull that down there, that down there. Yeah. Smooth out the curve. Bring that to the start. Okay, that's kind of cool. Can we automate how much is going to the send? Because I want to increase that a bit. The space is completely dead there. Okay, we'll increase that a bit. Quite a large thing. That's nice and spacious. Cool. Right, what else have we got? Whatever this is, I don't think we ever used it. Is that anything? No. Okay, we've got some kind of horror sounds as well. Let's show all used automation so we can lock it and duplicate that. Okay, yes, so we'll use a bit of that. Perhaps not loads, but just a bit. Cool, and again, we're just going to fade in a little bit. And we're just going to duplicate those around. Just to fill in some of these gaps. And we'll fade out as well whenever it gets to, was it this point? 6 minutes 30. Let's call it there. So we'll fade this out to that point entirely. I'll just stay down there for the moment. I think actually we'll go from here 6. Yeah, that's quite a lot of a fade out. That's cool. Same deal. So volume from here to here. Great stuff. Cool. That's pretty cool. What's this effect at the top? So those are they're a bit much, but we can maybe use them. Again, let's show used automation and then lock it so we can move that. That's good. If we have that super low. Super low and a lot longer. That's awesome. So we'll include that maybe here. So then we can get rid of that. We can actually bunch these up a little bit. I'm sort of just trying to make space. Let's make that one a lot shorter. Wherever it is. No, lost it. This one. Make the first one, make that a lot shorter, and that one a little bit shorter. Cool. Cool. And then we'll have another one over here. Let's try, they had other sounds if you go up a few octaves. Yeah, I don't want that to go on that long, so maybe like that long. Okay. There's a bit too much space there. Okay, I think that'll probably do. Yeah, that'll do. So we're just gonna go from there over to here. And again, that's just going to be ambient sound, approximately in the same key. And again, it's 2 minutes, isn't it? So we'll export that. We'll maybe change the name. So Loch Ness Music. Yeah, so you got the music and you got the ambience. Okay, cool. I'm going to open up another project file. Exciting. Yeah, we want to save. This one is for Alcatraz, the prison that's in like it's an island, is it? Or it's a sort of castle type thing built on an island. So I've got a lot of kind of oceany sounds. Which I quite like. Ooh, processor freaking out. So obviously that's fun, but that's way ambient. So let's try and have a I don't know if we will use that. Let's open up. I don't know, I'm kind of hearing a synth line, which seems really counterlogical, but let's go with it for a second. Perfect. Oh, my keyboard is in too low of an octave. I say keyboard, it's a beat step. So let's go. How we can call it bass. And we're in F sharp, aren't we? So yeah, I think we want 3/4. So I'm going to go to the beginning. Now we want triplets within 4/4. My bad. Keep it in 4/4. We'll go 16th or 8th. Maybe. So that's just a arpeggio on power chord. I think we can do something like that. I quite like that, and we're going to go downwards like that in terms of velocity. And that's having like a constantly repeated ostinato or a pattern is a really good way to build anxiety and tension. I think we want it quite a lot slower. Just a little bit of noise. Let's repeat that a bit. What are these metals? So we'll have a 4-bar repeating phrase. We'll go down to 7. How does that sound? Because that stays around for ages, doesn't it? That's quite cool. So let's add. What was this? Oops. Okay, maybe. Basic horror sounds. Let's add. Duplicate that. We're just going to add like a standard drum kit. Studio drummer. Garage kit, I think. We're going to rock it as if it's... we're going to mix it as if it's a hard rock track. And we're going to go for the slightly deeper snare. One, two, three, four, da. We're going to have foot hi-hats as well. And they're going to be slightly off and way down. Yeah, like that. Oh, hang on, what happened there? Oh, something very weird's happened. Okay, I managed to change the tempo so it was 1/4 time. Okay. Oopsie. That there. We'll go there. Okay. Move anyway. Jolly good, and then we'll just duplicate that. Okay, that's kind of cool. Gives it a bit more motion. Let's just do a quick kitty cue with the right plugin, ideally. Drum? Monster drums. There you are. a crap load of reverb. Do we want cave again? Or maybe that. It's low cut. Gonna maybe reduce that a little bit. Okay, let's add in. I'm not sure what kind of instrument, to be honest. Let's have a look through contacts, because contact comes with a load of cool stuff. Tonality and effects, melodic. Ooh, what's other? Singing bowl. Singing scratches. That's kind of cool. It sounds flamenco-y. I quite like it, but I don't know. Tongue drums. Toy harp. I'm trying to avoid it sounding too piratey as well. Trumpodity. That's mad. Violin. Ooh. Oh, hells yeah. Okay. Can't do the dank violin because that's very cool. So I think we need, I don't know, maybe like, what was that? How long does that last? Slow. All the sound finish. Okay. That's kind of cool, but it ends quite abruptly, doesn't it? So let's see if we can match up that abrupt ending with where we want the piece to start. Nailed it. Okay, let's now try. We're going to keep including those. I think those are great. Maybe like that. I quite like that. I'm going to open up the EQ and see if there's any like crazy low end in there. There is a bit, so I'm just going to do that. More for the safety of the rest of the bit. Yeah, I want to keep the bass kind of clean because the bass we've got at the moment is so subby. We can increase the highs a little bit for fun. We're also going to stick on a reverb. Perhaps a reverse reverb. Oh, I typed the word reverb into... that doesn't help. Reverse ambient natural. Ooh. Cool. How does that affect this? I'm going to get rid of these extra bits like that. I'm going to add in yeah, something like that. See how that sounds. Yeah, just so they're kind of in there. That's fun. Cool. Let's have a look at what else can we do, because I really like that plugin, that particular set of instruments. I've not really seen that before. So we're going to open up that same library. Oh, I'm going to get rid of the volume automation. There we go. Let's see what else was in there. Wood pop. Cool, but not appropriate. See what vocal sounds they have. Ethereal. Kind of ethereal. Chants and effects. Sausage. Yeah, maybe. Vocal. Good stuff. So I'm just going to automate it. And I'm going to get rid of the automation. Let's... I feel like that's too abrupt. Let's maybe see what some of the... Let's use that actually in like more of an intro. So we'll stretch that out to this bit where it repeats. So it needs a bit of a rest. We'll also put it there. Let's have that increase a bit. Oh, it runs out. Okay, so it runs out just before that. And they start it there. Cool, okay. Let's lock that automation for a second. Let's see what other effects we can find in there. I think we could use that as like a riser to go from one section to another. If we were smart about it. So let's go... So that would need to be about there. That kind of works. Start that one there. Okay. Okay, so then again, if we automate that volume upwards, let's repeat this section. And we'll do that same trick here. Cool. So by this point, we're going to be a bit sick of hearing the same thing. So I'm going to do a couple tricks. I'm going to duplicate that. I'm going to make them slightly longer and actually duplicate them so it's fifths now, but have the fifths slightly quieter and slightly shorter. That's a bit better. We're also going to increase the audio level there. Nice. We are going to change the drum kit. I'm sure you'll be pleased to hear. We're actually going to have a drum part, which they may or may not like, but we'll work that out. I think actually... That's cool. We just need to change the velocity of those and increase the velocity of these. I have a tiny bit of a fill at the end there. And same again. This time we're going to have two lots of fills. then we'll have like a hit at the end. Kick drum with cymbals. Maybe just the floor tom actually for that one, because we don't really use cymbals. Feels weird to bring them in. For the end of this, I think we're going to get rid of most of that and then just have a fill. Oops. And then let's change the velocity so it does kind of feel more like a fill. I mean, the drums are so low in the mix, it's not a huge deal, but like I think it just adds a bit extra. Some very strange noises in that effect. That's better. That's a lot better. Can you hear them in this bit? Yeah, they're hidden by everything else, which is perfect. Let's have a look at... Maybe we want a little bit of water. The sound effect in this intro section, which is quite long. We'll put it there. Just see what that does. We'll have that a bit longer actually. I think we keep it going a little bit. Maybe a tiny bit lower, but that's about it. Cool. Let's have a think about... We've got these nice sounds from these metals. I would love to do something a little more with that. So we're gonna... I don't know what instrument we're going to use, but we'll find one. Let's have a go through the factory library. Not bagpipes this time. Maybe metallophone? Probably a Celesta or something, actually. Yeah, definitely. So we'll move them down. Nice. 2, 3. do that twice for each. And the same down here. Cool, let's have a listen with the rest of it. I'm maybe going to get rid of... I'm just going to keep it really simple for the first half. Let's see what that gives us. Maybe we can get away with... not sure, but let's try. Just out of curiosity. I'm going to try that, then down to E, C, C sharp. If we maybe increase the velocity for each set, so it kind of fades in a bit like this. Maybe I prefer that opening section. Yeah, I'm not sure. I really like the intro, those 3 layers. And I like the bass ostinato, but I'm not sure about the combination of everything else, you know? I think get rid of the drum kit, actually. Keep the same pattern. I'm going to get rid of the snare. I'm going to replace it with the stick. I'm going to lower the velocity of the toms as well. I've got one other snare somewhere. Is that this fill? We'll have an actual snare for that, that's fine. I think that works better. Let's play a little bit with what was it in the bass? Yeah, the cutoff, definitely. Good old cutoff. Bass. Cutoff. Maybe here. I will do the same at the end, definitely. Yeah, that's nice. I might just set it up so it goes back and forth a bit. Every 2 bars. Oh, it needs to be the other way. We'll kind of make it a bit wider in this section, a bit shallower here. So maybe increase the resonance a little bit. Gonna get rid of that noise. Just going to ease it a little bit here and there, just to give it a bit of variety, for a bit of fun. Fun. It is fun. Shut up. Back to the start, aren't we? I think we've got to change something with the drums towards the end here. I'm maybe just going to put like a... Can't even really... Yeah, like a ride bell. You won't be able to do that here. Just to give some sense of progression. Cool. I'm going to call that done as well. That is 4:30 to... Oh, let's call it 4.5 minutes. No. 4:30 to 6. 1.5 minutes. Idiot. Alcatraz. Alcatraz? How do you spell Alcatraz? Definitely not like that. Probably not a double Z, is it? Oh, it's a double Z. I mean, the band definitely is. Oh, well, I'm going to go 1Z. Alcatraz, F sharp minor, 108 BPM. Alcatraz music. That'll do. Ladies and gents, I'm going to leave it there for today. Having not streamed for a week and a half, like, I am exhausted having done this little stream here. Although this is about the usual length. Yes. Thank you if you've recently subscribed on YouTube or followed on Twitch. I don't intend to take many breaks. As far as I'm concerned, I'm back on it now. I am back at work in a couple of weeks, but that should not impact live streams at all. Should. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out. If you want to find me on Twitter, that's probably the smartest place to work out when and where I do live streams. Wow, has my capture card been freaking out this whole time? No, just since I pressed that button, isn't it? That's a problem. Right there. That's going to be a problem. Oh boy. I'm going to go fix the problem. Follow me on Twitch. Follow me on Twitter and Twitch. Both of them. They're all good. I'm panicking, so I'm going to leave. See you later.